and roll, so let's make it happen.
Countdown has begun. The next map is going to be on Crevasse. We have not seen it been played yet within this tournament, but I'm sure it's going to prove to be an excellent choice once again by Socke, choosing a map that is able to open up with a great fast expand.
We shall find out one way or the other. I mean, it's interesting to say that Sheth actually picked this one, so I am intrigued to know as to why. We'll find out one way or the other, will we not? This, is, I believe, is the GSL GSTL WC Crevasse, because, you know, we had to add a few extra acronyms.
Oh, indeed. And actually, yeah, I was just thinking about it. I thought Socke chose this map. Guess not. Sheth chose it, and there's a reason why. I guess, I mean, the reason why that would be because of the destructible debris. Very easy to take down, creates a humongous ramp.
Yes, it does. It does indeed. And that's a lot of Zerglings that can come up that ramp. Very unpleasant. Don't want that. I bring you Sheth right now, currently teamless. He is in the purple chunks, and he is to the southwest of the Crevasse versus his opponent, Socke, from Team Alternate Attacks. He is playing Protoss to the southeast in the baby blue.
The baby blue.
I don't even know what the actual color is, honestly. I keep hearing it could be cyan, possibly. I don't know. I also don't care. I think baby blue is reasonable. I'll go with that.
And already we can see a pylon on the front of the ramp. This doesn't really tell us what exactly he's going to do yet. It can still be anything. It can still be a fast expand. But we'll have to see exactly how that does go down. Meanwhile, what does Sheth want to do? Does he want to try to get a fast expansion? Look at that. Socke fortunately scouting in the right direction. Unfortunately for Sheth, he will not be able to go hatch first and most likely fall back on that 14 pool again.
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially, but it would be incredibly risky. He would be forced to actually put it at the front. I have seen some Zerg players do it, but it is really vulnerable to being attacked. It's a little bit too far away from your base. It takes a long time to spread the creep. And, of course, there's all sorts of possibilities if these rocks aren't down to have your reinforcements blocked off by sentries, so it's unpleasant. You never know, though.
He's going to try and grab it, and he does take it down, taking the option of the 2 gases rather than the 1 rich one, and taking that gamble. Unfortunately, it looks like that we do have Socke opening up with a Nexus first, and not in great positions here for Sheth, simply because it's quite an easy trip around, killing the destructible debris into that natural, you could say, of Sheth here.
Find out one way or the other. It's a gutsy move to go forward. It means taking a fast third. Incredibly easy. Very easy to defend. The problem is that this kind of build, I would imagine, is open up to some real aggression early on.
Yeah, I mean, not only early on, but mid-game too. There's a lot of different mid-game pushes. Like we saw Socke try to pull out on Shakira's Plateau, there are a lot of multiple gateway pushes. There are also DT builds and Void Rays, and there's a lot of stuff that can be thrown at Sheth here. And one of the biggest things is that it's a lot harder to connect creep to this natural because it's so far away. Indeed.
Spawning pool come down right here. I believe we need to actually have a game of how many Indeeds we say. I mean, this is a British casting duo, so you have to understand that Indeed is... It's going to be about as common as and.
Yes.
Quite.
Yes.
We could start using quite.
Quite so.
Well, yes,
well, quite so, good man.
Well, I see that Sheth is constructing some kind of hatchery base down here.
Oh, thou art playing so well.
Oh, Sheth, what a gentleman that he may be.
And Socke moving across the map elegantly with this probe into the middle, taking the Xel'Naga Tower.
You sound like you're trying to sell antiques to me. I'm sorry.
The Antique Roadshow.
The David Dimbleby of Starcraft, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's actually David Dimbleby.
No, I don't think so either.
No, I can't remember. Who is the guy? He has orange skin. He looks like a walking carrot. I have no idea.
He's been hitting them sunbeds too much.
Something along those lines. It's not David Dimbleby. I'm fairly sure he hosts Question Time or something like that. Let's not even talk about it.
University Challenge.
He does not host University Challenge. That I can tell you for a fact. Cannon going on right there. That's a complete wall off there by Socke. He has absolutely no interest in anyone visiting his particular patch for the time being. Not going to make a huge amount of difference, honestly. It depends what he decides to hide behind it. DT is a real possibility.
I mean, there's a lot of gas been taken in. We've got the Rich
yeah.
Energizer, and also on the natural. I mean, on the main now, he's also taken that third one as well. We'll want to go in there very, very shortly. But Sheth having that overlord there, having another overlord towards the right-hand side, has a lot of options. And look at that super early third. I love that.
And why not? It's Crevasse. You can do it. If you're confident that your expansion at the front is safe, then your expansion at the back is definitely going to be safe, especially against Protoss. I mean, if you're building on Crevasse against Terran, then, oh god, drops. from freaking nowhere. So many possibilities. Hell, you could even get Reaper harassed on this map. It's that bad. However, if you're talking about against Protoss, where Warp Prism play is less common, especially from Socke. Socke is not exactly known for that. Then, yeah, why not? Take it and get your economy rolling. Zerg is fantastic on 3 bases, especially if you happen to be Sheth.
Indeed. Again, exactly.
Indeed, quite, yes.
The thing is what
Spot of tea, good sir.
And he's gone for a super fast layer here. And I'm trying to figure out the reason why he do that, unless he wants to go for a very early Roach speed upgrade. It's super early. He is trying to scout there to see what's going on. Nothing so far from Socke. Hits at the 7-minute 10 mark.
Twilight Council coming down, but that's really late if it was going to go for DTs. I have to wonder what exactly he's going to be doing. It might just be a big gateway pressure with Blink Stalkers and Charging Zealots.
But Blink Stalkers coming up.
Yep. Possibly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be here. And looking around the Chef now, he's added on a Spore Crawl just in case because of that. He's getting the Roach speed upgrade now. He's also upgrading +1 missile attack. It's going to be very Roach heavy based.
Yep, something to consider as well is that on a map like this with and I do mean so much air. I mean, just look at the air exposure of this expansion right here. Mutalisk harassment is not uncommon, even against Protoss, so we might see that at some point. But right now, it is going to be Roaches. It's going to be +1 missile attack, and we've got 5 gateways being added on for Socke, so that's going to be a big 6-gate push. And he's also adding on that robotics as well immediately after that one. So 6-gate Blink Stalker and a possibility for robotics. Hydralisk Den coming out for Sheth. This is curious.
Good. Chef is just so good. He has spider senses. Better than everybody else aside from Spider-Man himself, and the robotics facility's been added on to get an observer out
I'd just like to point out that Socke accidentally powered this down in the process. That's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, that pylon range nerf.
And as I was saying, I mean, he's getting the observers out now to kind of help the creep to help against Burrow as well. And going for the Hydra Den is so smart. He needs to upgrade the range now. He needs to start building them. And now it looks like Socke is moving out to take this 3rd base. But the thing is, he got +1 so early before he added on another gateway, is that the +2 is almost, well, it's at 75% complete at 9 minutes 30. He's going to get ultra fast +3 attack.
Indeed. Wants to try and take out the pylons. Not going to happen for the time being. I have to wonder how effective that +3 is really going to be. The Hydralisk and Roach mix is effective until, of course, the Colossus comes out. I'd have to imagine that Socke, upon seeing that kind of mix, would go immediately for that. Infestation Pit on the way up for Sheth. Sheth barely building any units at this point. He really is just focusing on his economy. His worker supply count is very high. It's 69 drones to 45 probes. A huge economic lead. However, he could be vulnerable to this 6-gate push here.
And in it comes, I mean, there's the +2 Stalkers now. Hydras are being made. No 3rd base has gone down whatsoever. And Chef did scout that. He did start building units. He now needs to, well, looking at the unit tab, 70 drones. He's got the right amount of drones for this now. Does he have the units? There are so many Blink Stalkers being added on here.
Yes, indeed. Wow, that's a big army right here from Socke. However, Sheth is starting to equalize. We've got lots of Lings coming in. We've got a Spine Crawler coming up. That +1 missile attack upgrade is up, which is quite nice. A little bit of an engagement up to the top actually eliminates a couple of Stalkers. Nice delaying tactics right there from Sheth, who's been able to hold this army back just a little longer to get a few more Hydralisks, try and complete this Spine Crawler, which should be up, and he'll push forward a little bit and try and draw him back in the Spine Crawler. He just wasted a ton of force fields right here from Socke, who does, I have to admit, have 5 of those, and that is a good trap right there, very good. He takes out 2 Roaches, as you can see, and pressure is coming in on this hatchery, and more force fields coming down. That's dangerous, that's incredibly dangerous. Hydralisk count is not as high as it needs to be, really, to kill a force of this size, and Socke is going to power through this 3rd base at this rate. I
mean, not the best Blink Micro I've ever seen, but he's doing a good job, and now there's a million Links coming in. Can he have enough? It looks like he will be able to power through, and Chef's tournament life is on the line right now. If he loses against this push, he will be knocked out.
Well, he's going into the bronze match indeed after that, and he will have to fight against the loser of Morrow versus DDE if he ends up losing this engagement. In the meantime, Sheth trying to hold the line with a group of Hydralisks, but he is heavily supply blocked, absurdly so. He's lost almost every Overlord he has. He is now limited to 38 supply, and honestly, I'd have to say Socke has this now.
Socke is powering through, kills the 3rd base now, and he has the liberty to do whatever he wants now. He can continue with the attack, he can pull back, he is going to continue to just go for the nice and clean win now, and Chef is going to be knocked down into that 3rd, 4th place match. And Socke looks in convincing fashion to move forward into the grand finals. One final warping of units, 3 Stalkers, 4 Zealots to complete the army before he goes in for the final killer blow.
The army supply is just not pretty. 69 for Socke, 27 for Sheth. Socke, I've never seen that many Overlords killed. It really has completely destroyed Sheth's chances of coming back into this. It would have to be a miraculous defense, honestly. Socke with so much firepower available to him from those huge collections of Stalkers, 35 in total, and now the tech will be destroyed. Sheth is really not going to be able to defend this unless he has some amazing trick up his sleeve. Drones being pulled off right there as Socke powers his way into the main base. All the drones in, throwing it in there, a last-ditch defense, but Socke cleans this up completely, and the GG is imminent. And there you go, ladies and